Yo, what is up YouTube? How's it going, all my peeps and people on YouTube? It's Sparky Marky Mark 23 here, and I'm back to do a review for a Friday the 13th film, which is the 8th installment and the last for Paramount. So what you're looking at here is for Friday the 13th Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. Here's the different artwork, but you can see it's made by the same dude who did the previous ones. Pretty cool. And you do see some cool things in there. Then you have this poster, and it says now New York has a new problem. And you have the Japanese poster artwork. I can't even read Japanese, so like I said before, it would be cool to take Jason out of the US of A and let him do some damage in a foreign land. Let's see him do that. I want to hear your I want to see your comments and hear them in the comments down below and tell me what you think. Take him out of the US of A. Here's a scene from the film in the Times Square, which is indeed the most famous scene of the film. And here's another one from an alternate version of the game, which I'll be showing you more in a later on video. But I'm going to show you something else. Just hang on a sec. And here's another photo. Jason with that next to the hockey mask. Kind of looks closely the same, but different. Like, I'm pretty sure you guys remember that scene from the film. So with that, let's show what I got. Have you heard that? That's the lenticular version. Cool, huh? This is the deluxe edition from 09 or 2010. And of course, it was written and directed by Rob Hatton. Cool scenes from the film. And believe it or not, if anybody knows the chick in this film, that's Kelly Hu. This was her first movie she had done. Her very first movie she did. But she's not in the interview, of course. And here's the Blu-ray edition from the folks over at Screen Factory. You have audio commentary with writer-director Rob Hatton. Audio commentary with actress Jensen Daggett and actor Scott Reeve and stuntman actor Kane Hodder. New York has a new problem. The making of Jason Takes Manhattan, Friday 13 Part 8, scenes, gag reels, still galleries, and theatrical trailer. It's pretty cool. Here's a tagline, same thing. Pretty cool, huh? So anyways, so the making of Jason Takes Manhattan, the New York Has a New Problem documentary. It's about 17 minutes feature with writer-director Rob Hatton, stuntman actor Kane Hodder, actors V.C. Dupree, Scott Reeves, actress Shalene Martin, if I have said it right, and also Jensen Daggett, of course. You have also stuntman actor Kane Hodder is interviewed, and editor Steve Merkovich, and the editor's son is in the film, Tim Merkovich. He plays little Jason Voorhees in the scene. In some scenes of the film. And also you have the chick, Susie, played by what's her name, whatever her name is. She's one of the girls who gets killed in the opening of the film. Of course, after Jason gets resurrected. And also, and also there were some dubbing sequences of the film. Of course, the character of Susie, played by, let's see, doesn't say it here, but she's in the film, so no lie there. And also, what else? You also, and it's very definitive how there were difficult scenes, easy to shoot or hard to shoot. And Kane Hodder was lucky to wear the mask again. He wasn't obligated, it wasn't even his contract to reprise the role, but he called up the producers at Paramount and said he wanted to do it. And they were thinking of hiring a Canadian stuntman to do the stunts for the film, but he was obligated to do it. And then, next thing, of course, else? So in the other documentary, the Part 8 from the 2004 box set, um, first off, before this whole thing happened with the sequences and such, they mentioned okay, he got his obligation. This will be the final end of the franchise, or the series, if you will, the book end. And so yeah, and he asked the producer Frank Mancuso Jr. to like take Jason out of Crystal Lake. Sure, if he's gonna go to a city, take him out of Crystal Lake and take him to a city. It will be one place, New York. So yeah, great idea. And he had everything from the script he wrote, and then he did storyboards from everywhere: the Brooklyn Bridge, Madison Square Garden, Statue of Liberty, and the museum, subway, Manhattan, what else? Times Square, everywhere, anywhere in New York. But then, unfortunately, it came down to budget. Unfortunately, yeah, they only shot there in New York for 2 days and shot the back alley in a place in Vancouver. They didn't want to shoot. They didn't want to use Vancouver playing New York. So yeah, and it was the one thing that fans were upset about this film. Like I said, this one, the eighth film, has some love and some hate because due to the fact that half of the film took place in a boat and then half of it was in New York. And the final sequences was in the sewage system and then back to New York, or a little bit of Vancouver playing New York, but who knows. So yeah, and he had to let go of some other things and such. The ship, of course, that was among one of those. You never see a full frame of the ship, but I'll leave you in the link in the description box for the documentaries. But also the budget for this film, like, whoa, $5 million. Whoa. Out of all the Fridays that have come before, Part 8 is classified as the most expensive Friday the 13th film ever made. And what else? And also the whole thing surrounding this is that it has the famous scene in the film is the Times Square scene. And of course, there were stunts and other things doing in the film, and some errors, gag reels, and again there were some slashed scenes, like as in they had to delete some of the scenes because it felt a little gory or something. Again, MPAA cut the scenes. So yeah, it was a bummer. They did great effects for the film and everything. Oh, especially there was an interview with the composer Harry Manfredini. Like Part 7, he is interviewed in the film. He is interviewed in the documentary about the music. And then Harry Manfredini's not involved in composing the music. He also did the song, and also for the opening of the song, you have Metropolis with the song The Darkest Side of the Night. It was an 80s song, and they put it into the film. Yeah, Metropolis, that's the name of the band, of course. And it is a great film. The opening was great. The opening was great and everything. There's nothing to lie. Also, another coincidence, Canadian stuntman actor Ken Kernzinger did play Jason in some of the scenes in the film, which is the train scene. That's it. 2 short stunt scenes in the film. And then it would be 12 or 13 years later, he would later be in Jason Takes Manhattan. No, actually 14 years later, he would be in Freddy vs. Jason, playing Jason Voorhees. So obviously, I can guarantee both Kane Hodder and Ken Kernzinger are friends in real life. Also, this is Kelly Hu's first movie. She plays Eva Watanabe, a friend of the character of the mean girl Tamara in this film. All in all, this is a great film. No lie, no kidding. And all other things. So, at first, this was going to be a follow-up to Part 7, but they decided to drop it, and when they got Rob Hatton, this was his first making his debut feature, because he had directed parts of the Friday 13 television shows until he got into making movies. And then that's when he got the call from Frank Mancuso Jr. to do the film. And then, of course, again, it only made $14.3 million, and it was the last of it. And we would hear about this 4 years later in 1993 with Jason Goes to Hell, The Final Friday, which I'll follow that pretty soon as possible. So anyways, this is Sparky Mark. I'm signing off. Y'all take care. God bless you. Hear you and see you soon.